Welcome to another video. Alright, it's white to move. Mate in 3. Mate in 3, white to move. Do you see a good move for white? Pause the screen and you can take your time, and then when you're ready hit play, because I'm going to give the next best move for white right now. Here it comes. Knight comes up, says check. Alright, now it's mate in 2. Well, we know the king has to do something. If the king goes here, queen can come down. See, the king can't take the queen because of the knight. The king can't go here because of the queen. Nothing can take the queen, so that's checkmate. But let's go back and say, okay, knight here, check. We already know the king can't go there, or it's checkmate in the very next move. He can't go here because of all of these pieces aiming at it. So his only move is to go here. Okay, now it's mate in 2. How does white win this game? Pause it if you want, otherwise I'm going to give the answer. Queen right there. And you may say, but Greg, the rook's just going to take the queen. That's right. And now how are you going to win? Boom. Look at that. Checkmate with a pawn. That's really cool. All right, let's go to the next one. Kind of patting myself on the back over this one because I've been studying up on pins, and I actually saw a great move in the game involving a pin. Often what happens is I check the game with the computer afterwards and I see, oh wow, I could have done this, I could have done that. But I'm proud to say that I saw this move during the game. I knew that my queen was aiming right at the king, which means that this pawn is pinned by the queen. Okay, so I knew that a piece here or here cannot be really defended by this pawn because the pawn is pinned by the queen. So what I did was I brought the rook down, took the pawn. Now let's see what the next best move for black is, just to move his knight back. So that was a free pawn, and it's all because I've been studying on pins and I knew that that was a good move. So I'm proud of myself for seeing that during the actual game, not having to learn about it later. Okay, let's go to the next example. I was playing black, white came down, I move my pawn, he brings another pawn down, I go here, brings his knight up, I put my pawn there. All right, came out with the bishop. What I've learned to do is bring this pawn up, because I know that knight's coming, and if this pawn is here, then he can bring his knight down, and his bishop and his knight are aiming at that pawn. So I've just learned over time to put that pawn right there. And I do that so that I can then bring this pawn up, and usually what they do is they go there, then I go here, and now the bishop usually goes this way. I've learned that it's actually not necessary that I try to get 3 pawns up here. Let's go back. So when he brings the bishop down, instead of me going through the scenario of bringing this pawn, and then he brings his knight down, and then I push this one to try to get the bishop out of the way, instead of going through all that, I could just push now. And then if he says, well, I'm going to take that, I go here, and he has to move his bishop, somewhere else. Or if he says, you know what, I'm just going to take that, then I can take that, and if he's going to take my knight, I take that. That was a good lesson for me. I don't need to be messing around with pushing that pawn. So let's take that back. When he comes out with the bishop, I can immediately just push here. Let's see what his next best move is. He's going to go there. He has to move. Then I can take. And then the computer says take, take. He can take. Bishop here. He goes here. Interesting. All right.